Wyndham, you can wake up to a free Bright Side breakfast, including hot waffles, fresh fruit, eggs, yogurt, and more. It's the kind of lineup that helps you knock your morning out of the park. And while you're at it, book your next work trip at laquinta.com to earn Wyndham Rewards points with your qualified stay. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Terms and conditions apply.
Ian Fitzsimmons here, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I was skeptical about ordering plants online. Like, this is actually going to show up alive at my house. But after my wife and I ordered from Fast Growing Trees, convinced. They have this thing down to a science. They've built a whole system to protect your plants until they arrive. They even have a lab where they test against cold, heat, humidity, you name it, any condition, they've got it. And they thrive. We couldn't believe how good our plants looked when they arrived at our doorstep. And everything showed up exactly how we expected. A perfectly healthy plant that was easy to unbox and ready to go. Every order is backed by their Alive and Thrive guarantee. And you'll get ongoing support from real, knowledgeable experts. They have unbelievable deals on spring planting essentials, and right now, you can get an additional 20% off your first order with the code SPORTS at checkout. That's 20% off at fastgrowingtrees.com with the code SPORTS. Terms and conditions apply. Again, that's fastgrowingtrees.com, code SPORTS.
This is the 2026 NBA Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Gives it to Harper on the far right side. Back to Wemby. He's on the arc. He squares. He'll take the three. And he'll bury it. Victor Wembanyama with a pump of the fist as the San Antonio Spurs go up 11.
Jim Basketball back with the results. The AutoZone in the Zone poll question on who was in the zone not only for tonight, this whole series. His name is Victor Wembanyama, named Conference Finals MVP. Wemby on this night, 22 points, 7 rebounds. He was in the zone, brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. A special shout out to Julian Champagny, who gave him 20 points, 6 threes in all, hit for 11 straight points in that crucial third quarter run. So the finals now set. Game 1 comes Wednesday. Our coverage comes your way at 7:30 Eastern. It's an hour pregame show. You can hear it on ESPN Radio and see it on ABC. It's the Knicks and Spurs. New York won 2 of 3 from San Antonio in the regular season, including that NBA Cup title. Mark Kessler, PJ Carlissimo, Doris Burke, George Sedano on the call. Can remember 1991-9, those two teams met in the NBA Finals, won by the Spurs in 5. Mike Brown was asked which team he'd prefer to match up with.
No, it doesn't. You know, if we expect to be who we think we are, then, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If we played San Antonio, it'd save me some money because my family lives in San Antonio. I don't have to buy airline tickets. So, but at the end of the day, both teams are great. And both teams will be a challenge for us.
There you have it. Mike Brown gets his wish, gets to see the family in San Antonio for those finals. Game 1 comes his way and the Knicks' way and your way on Wednesday. Once again, our final score, Spurs win the Western Conference title 111-103 in Game 7 over the Thunder, dethroning the defending champs. And our next broadcast is Game 1 of the finals. Wednesday night, it comes your way at 7:30 Eastern. Coming up next, it's game night for producer Rob Kelly, technical director Ryan Matlack, associate producer Nick Carty, as well as George Sedano, PJ Carlissimo, and Mark Kestisher. I'm Jim Basketball. Thanks for listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you. When energy dips or focus feels off, hydration is often the missing piece. That's where Drip Drop comes in. Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Exactly what the 2026 version of you needs. Using science-based formulas for rapid hydration, Drip Drop helps you feel results fast while delivering 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. It's trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams because it's engineered to hydrate more effectively than water alone, making it a smart choice for better habits that actually stick. Drip Drop also just dropped Zero Sugar Plus, a breakthrough formula with an advanced blend of 6 key electrolytes, 15 essential vitamins and nutrients, and no sugar or artificial sweeteners. It's the complete package that truly checks all the boxes. Across the board, Drip Drop tastes amazing, with 16 original flavors and 8 Zero Sugar Plus options that fit seamlessly into a daily routine. And flexible subscription options make it easy to stay consistent. Right now, Drip Drop is offering our listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use promo code SPORTS. That's dripdrop.com, promo code SPORTS for 20% off. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code SPORTS.
3.
Which teams are making moves and which teams need to just flat out move? Your Saturday means I'm locked in and ready for First Take right here, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen coming to Monday. The Spurs were able to force a Game 7, but will Wemby be able to knock off SGA and the Thunder and book their spot in the finals? It's on Sportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
The United Football League. 8 teams, 1 champion.
A lot on the line as the top teams start to separate themselves.
The league's top teams battle to secure their spot in spring football's biggest game.
We have seen some big-time playmakers. What a catch! Touchdown! Are you kidding me?
A title will be claimed. A champion will emerge. The 2026 United Bowl, Saturday, June 13th on ABC and the ESPN app. The Rich Eisen Show.
Give us 2 quick facts about sharks.
The great hammerhead, they have these pockets under their face that pick up the electromagnetic field that we all give off.
You've proven my point. Shay knows things about it.
Yeah. So, like, they can find you basically off your heartbeat, even if you're hiding. The Mako is the fastest shark in the water, and my most feared shark is the tiger shark because he eats everything.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. Heated rivals take center stage in St. Louis.
Way back there, and gone! Alex
Bregman and the Chicago Cubs face Jordan Walker and the Cardinals.
Swing a ball, well struck, deep to left center field, and it is a Jordan Walker grand slam!
The Cubs and Cardinals on Sunday Night Baseball. Coverage begins at 6:30 Eastern, with first pitch at 7:20 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. It's Saturday, May 30th, 2026, and this is Game Night.
You're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80, presented by Progressive Insurance. The San Antonio Spurs are moving to the NBA Finals after a 111-103 Game 7 win against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals as they will meet the New York Knicks. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio, ESPN app, SiriusXM Channel 80, joined by 10-year NBA veteran Ryan Hollins. I am Harrison Sanford. Our show is presented to you by Progressive Insurance. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? Hit us up on the call line, 1-888-SAY-ESPN, 1-888-729-3776. Victor Wembanyama was named the Western Conference Finals MVP. Ryan, what did you see from him tonight? What did you see from the Spurs tonight that led to this victory?
I thought it was a group that continued to improve and get better. And if you stuck me to it, I'll be honest, Harrison, I would have taken Oklahoma City. The reason being inexperienced youth on the road, but San Antonio got better. And I believe that they understood for 48 minutes they had to put the pedal to the metal, and they attacked the rim. They were even stronger hitting the glass. They made shots. And I think it's a group that when they lost, they would hit these offensive lulls. And I was asking myself, where would they find action in the half court? But they found just enough. And I love what the game plan was from San Antonio. Hats off to Miss Johnson. You know what they did? You know what they did, Harrison? They said, guess what? SGA beat us all game long. SGA's tongue was falling out his mouth by the end of the game, and his legs were gone as a jump shooter, as a scorer. They said, somebody else has to beat us. It's not going to be Chet. J-Dub ain't walking through that door anytime soon. And Shea was absolutely exhausted. But that's how you attack those stars. Go get 50 points. Go get 40 points, because you're going to do it against a stingy defense that's going to make somebody else beat you.
He's 10-year NBA veteran Ryan Hollins. I'm Harrison Sanford. Throughout the course of game night, you're going to hear from principal figures in the Spurs Western Conference Finals win against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And here's one of them, Dylan Harper, who had 12 points and 7 rebounds in the 8-point win, joined by George Sedano of ESPN Radio.
This young team has embraced the expectations all season long. How does it feel to go to the NBA Finals?
Dream come true. I mean, I remember just being in college last year, just watching the finals. So just to be in this position, I mean, it's all glory to God in my eyes.
This thing was a slugfest tonight, a Game 7 classic. How did you guys pull it out?
Relentless. We were just relentless all game. Came in here with a chip on our shoulder, and we made sure we was a more aggressive team no matter what.
Victor Wembanyama weeping over there. What can you say about your leader?
Man, he put so much work into his game, and he's just so aggressive all the time. And sometimes I talk him off the ledge, but that's my guy, and I love him.
Dylan, congratulations. Go celebrate with your teammates.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
If Victor Wembanyama was my teammate, I would love him too. There you go. Dylan Harper on the night as the Spurs win 111-103 against the Oklahoma City Thunder in NBA Finals. As I said, right here on game night, you're going to hear from other players from the Spurs. You'll hear from players from the Oklahoma City Thunder. You'll hear from Mitch Johnson, the winning head coach from the San Antonio Spurs, and you'll also hear from the OKC side as well with Mark Dagnall. So stay tuned right here on game night. But I want to get back to what Dylan Harper said here, Ryan. He said about Victor Wembanyama, he loved him. What type of presence did Victor Wembanyama offer tonight? What did you see from him throughout the course of this series leading up, finishing in Game 7, that makes you a believer in not just this team now, but in the future?
What's scary, Harrison, is that we've seen some talent through the NBA. We've seen the Ja Morants. We've seen the Zions, the Anthony Edwards, the Luka Doncic's. But with all due respect, this guy has the maturity of a world champion. He has the discipline. He has the respect for the game, for his teammates as a world champion. It takes time normally to develop these qualities, and watching Victor Wembanyama be willing to sacrifice his game. He's a guy that can handle like a guard. He can fly through the air. I mean, he's darn near 12 feet tall when he's dunking the basketball, right? Like there's almost something. And if you'd have told me there would be a better prospect potentially than LeBron James. Like, if you had to ask talent-wise, like, there's LeBron James or this Victor Wembanyama, I'm taking the guy 7'6" quietly. Or it's a debate, okay? Because LeBron's unbelievable. We're talking about 2 1-percenters, guys that God creates, in a lab or a factory somewhere, because you just don't see him growing on trees. But it's the maturity for Victor, his skill set and his mindset, and you see it's selfless, the way that he embraces his teammates. You see he brought emotion back to the game. These are things that we had, Harrison, like we hadn't had this in the NBA. A lot of guys, like they don't care. Everything was like there's not enough care in the league. There's not enough seriousness, enough focus. And this dude is head and shoulders above his peers, and above some elder players. And I would say only thing comparable is what we see SGA doing over there in Oklahoma City.
He's Ryan Hollins. I am Harrison Sanford. You're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80. When you mentioned Victor Wembanyama and how great he is, and he's probably like the best prospect since LeBron, I look not just at Victor Wembanyama tonight, Ryan, but I also look at his teammates. I look at a guy like Julian Champagnie. I look at a guy like Keldon Johnson. I look at a guy like Devin Vassell, and you've played in the league. The type of attention that Victor Wembanyama allows for Julian Champagnie to go 6 of 10 from 3, allows for Keldon Johnson to contribute 11 points tonight, allows Devin Vassell to have his moments in this game as well. Can you speak to the impact of somebody like Victor Wembanyama with his size and his skill set and how it makes the Spurs even better?
I credit Victor for listening, and I credit Mitch Johnson for being bold enough to tell a guy that talented to dial it back sometimes. You know, game one, he was posting up Caruso, got in the paint. He wants to shoot threes. It's a comfortable shot for him, and it's a really darn good shot. But he said, let me post up. Then later on against Hartenstein, he stepped out and shot threes. And then Mitch Johnson said, big fella, we don't want those shots. I want you to set a pick and roll to the rim. So you watch this game develop, and then tonight he was catching the ball on the perimeter, ripping, going, and hitting those guys that you just mentioned, Harrison, in the corners and moving it and attacking penetration, creating action. So I'm blown away at his willingness to learn, to want to win, and to play winning basketball because this guy is so versatile. We just named 3 and 4 spots or different attack points in the game of basketball at the highest level, and he's been able to execute them. And we can tell he's got a lot more growing to do. This is what he's in his baby stage. He's in his embryo stages, right? There's a lot more growing to do, and you don't got to be a rocket scientist. You don't got to be an NBA veteran or pro. Like, we can all see it, Harrison.
So, Ryan, what's interesting to me, and you're a big man, you understand it. There's so many NBA analysts. There's so many former players. There's so many people just who love basketball who continue to tell Victor Wembanyama, stay in the paint, be tall. But he has shown us he doesn't have to be in the paint all game long to dominate. He did that in game number 6, and tonight he hit a couple of threes that just were, it seems like they're just so backbreaking when he hits some of those three-pointers. Yeah,
the biggest one. And, I mean, keep in mind, like, if I describe the shot to you, like, you're telling me this is a point guard, bounce through the legs, hard drive left, step back 3, and like it was nothing but water. You know, this is a guy 7'6", 7'4", making these plays. So it was unbelievable. But I thought he didn't fall in love with the 3. And if we had to have one criticism to say, hey, you know, add the physicality, don't fall in love with the threes. And I thought that when he went to drive, he looked to see contact. And I thought in my mind, tell me if I'm crazy, the play of the game that I felt confident in San Antonio and Victor in is Hartenstein had been physical with him, kind of putting his hands on him. And early on, you know what I'm talking about, Harrison, he drove by Hartenstein, he went right, he put that left elbow up, and he clocked that dude right across the face. And it's almost like hey, man, I'm not the one, stop picking on me. But this, like, mean streak that he's developed from Mitch Johnson and the work that he's done in the offseason, I am terrified for the rest of the NBA. Because if I'm Gardner Wright, and I play the position, I want to get physical. I want him to shy away from the contact, and he's not doing that no more. He has definitely grown up throughout the course of these playoffs. It's a scary thing for the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals, a scary thing for the NBA in general going forward. Joined by Ryan Hollins, this is Game Night on ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Coming up, the defending champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder, got knocked out. We hear from them next. This is Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and SiriusXM Channel 80.
Coming up on the Monday edition of Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Michelle Smallman, and me, Chris Canty. From the NBA to the NHL and everything else in between, I'll react to it all in my Upon Further Review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Every 40 seconds a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Which teams are making moves and which teams need to just flat out move? Your Saturday means I'm locked in and ready for First Take right here, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
Paul, am I hearing criticism of the great Greg Sankey?
We made a mistake today. Our censor button wasn't working, but it will be working the rest of the spring.
Hall of Fame weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC Network.
Star Wars is back on the big screen with The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Gangsters, war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
Now feel the Force on the biggest screen possible.
The old protect the young, and the young protect the old. This is the way.
Buckle up.
Always wear your seatbelt.
Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters.
Amber and Ian. College football has gone off the damn rails. We now have the Big Ten denying they were ever interested in 16 teams. Well, hold on a minute. You got the ones that brought up 16 3 years ago. Now you're saying you never talked about 16? Shut the hell up. The state of college football right now is in pure anarchy. We can't get people to agree whether the sky is damn blue or not when it comes to college athletics.
Or anything else. Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
The United Football League. 8 teams, 1 champion.
A lot on the line as the top teams start to separate themselves.
The league's top teams battle to secure their spot in spring football's biggest game.
We have seen some big-time playmakers. What a charge! Touchdown!
Are you kidding me? A title will be claimed. A champion will emerge. The 2026 United Bowl, Saturday, June 13th on ABC and the ESPN app.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Benkin. There will be a new champion in the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs took care of business in the deciding game of the Western Conference Finals.
The San Antonio Spurs. The talk was about the future. Well, the future is now for Wemby and the Spurs. They rally down 3-2, and they eliminate the defending champs on their home floor in Game 7. And for the first time in 12 years, the San Antonio Spurs are headed to the NBA Finals.
That call from Mark Kessler on ESPN Radio. The Spurs do indeed take Game 7, beating the Thunder in Oklahoma City 111-103. Victor Wembanyama was named the Western Conference Finals MVP, finishing with a team-high 22 points and 7 rebounds tonight. The Spurs won despite Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing all he could for the Thunder. He finished with 35 points and 9 assists. So the NBA Finals tip off on Wednesday night on ESPN Radio and ABC. It's a rematch of the 99 Finals with the Spurs playing host to the Knicks. Now to baseball, where winning streaks are the theme with the game still going on. The Dodgers looking for their 7th in a row. They lead the Phillies 2-1 in the 6th. The Yankees looking for their 5th in a row, but they trail the A's 2-1 in the 6th. And the Mariners looking for their 5th in a row. They lead the Diamondbacks 4-0 as they play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Also the Rockies an 8-2 winner over the Giants. Earlier tonight, the Braves won their 40th game of the season. They defeated the Reds 5-2. Cubs down the Cardinals by a count of 6-1. NFL news first reported by NFL Network's Tom Pelissero. Vikings hire Nolan Teasley as their new GM.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ Chris Candy coming up Monday from the NBA to the NHL and everything else in between. I'll react to it all in my upon further review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6 right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
SGA bodied by De'Aaron Fox. Free throw line. Back to the basket. Spins, fades, fires, and hits. 33 for SGA. Thunder within 6 and a timeout called by San Antonio.
This game just turned upside down on that fifth foul by Victor Wembanyama.
Oklahoma City Thunder to a loss. SGA only had 35 points as the Oklahoma City Thunder are not able to defend their NBA title, losing in the Western Conference Finals in game number 7, 111-103. That sound was courtesy of ESPN Radio. And you're listening to Game Night on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and Sirius XM Channel 80, presented by Progressive Insurance. Joined by 10-year NBA veteran Ryan Hollins, I am Harrison Sanford. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals? Give us a call, 1-888-SAY-ESPN, 1-888-729-3776. Throughout the course of the show, you're going to hear from principal figures in this Western Conference Finals game. You're going to hear from Mark Dagnall, the Oklahoma City head coach, in just 30 seconds. But first, let me go to Ryan. Ryan, SGA was able to put up 35 points, but it just feels as if the Oklahoma City Thunder, maybe they had a chance, but it felt slim without Jalen Williams and A.J. Mitchell in this Game 7.
Yeah, they needed another creator. And A.J. Williams was their third best creator, you could say, and the second best without Jalen Williams. So if you're Oklahoma City, they prided themselves on their depth, but they show